Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. We're here on the Xisumaverse SMP series, doing our thing. Uh, we're gonna be productive today, be specific, all that. Um, no, that's the entire plan actually, is today we're gonna dedicate the day to the bee farms. I want to set up this beehive right here in the center of our base, in the basement storage area where we are always going to be around primarily most of the time, presumably. I will be in the other areas of the map in the little desert here, but for the most part, I should be in my house. And I want an automated honeycomb farm. So we're going to set up the exact same farm as what have set up on our server right here in the basement using one of those beehives. And this one's got 3 bees in it. It's already ready to be harvested. We got 2 other ones that have 5 more bees, and I have an empty beehive with a bunch of honey. So we are going to 100% set these beehives up in a way that's going to be a decorative greenhouse, I want to call it. It is a greenhouse, is what it's going to be. It's going to be for like wheats and carrots and potatoes and all that. And we might even automate it eventually with some villagers, but for now it's going to be a very manual farm for just us to use. Might even throw some redstone in there to automatically harvest it for us just to make it a little quicker. But I wanted to have a greenhouse kind of in between my house and the village, somewhere over in this area, I want to say, maybe like right here. And what I wanted to do is build it, kind of design it for the intended idea that the villagers might even uh, be supplied by the food from the greenhouse, not just my needs, but like this is the farm for this entire city area. And I figured that would be a great little structure to have in the middle there. It kind of makes sense to be between my house there, since my house would be like the big mansion of the place, and then have the rest of the city and the community be like the other side here, different suburb area. I'm not sure what you call the districts of a city per se. I'm more used to castles and medieval stuff, not trying to make more modern things. And this is, I don't got the terminology for this. But yeah, no, we'll make smaller houses over here for the villagers and such, and the different things that they provide and do. But in the middle will be our farm, and then we have our main mansion here. Like, yeah, this I guess it'd be technically considered a mansion in the eyes of the house sizes over there. And then I'll have a few personal things. This is actually going to be connected off with a roof at some point, and I think I want to bring uh the other building over to where I can look down and see it, because I think the roof needs to be glass just to allow them to see over. I'm not entirely too sure. I might just cap it off with glass and make like a tunnel in between the 2 buildings somehow. Um, and I want to be able to walk into the sniffer area from my basement. I think that would be a good upgrade for it. We got 2 pitcher pods from that. That's pretty good. These guys are being productive. We're going to be needing a bunch of those. I'll eventually get some allays over here. I believe there was an allay breeding thing set up in spawn area. So it should be pretty easy. I should just have to get it through here, which I'm going to hope that mobs can go through those portals. Because if a mob can't go through that portal, I gotta bring this thing 8,000 blocks away from spawn. I'd rather pay somebody to do that rather than do that myself. So we're gonna let those things do their things. I'm putting away all the concrete for now. I've made a chest for end rods, just to kind of get them organized into the system. I'm kind of cutting down a little bit of stuff. Another thing I wanted to do is we always keep this extra shulker of rockets in our house, just to top off like our stack here. Like I will go in and I will just do that. I would rather have that, I think, built into my wall. So as I'm coming and going through my portal here, I can just uh, grab some rockets from a shelf. We don't have anything over here, which isn't a problem, but it's also kind of annoying because that means I'm gonna have to figure out how to decorate the outside wall with that contraption inside of it. Or cover it? Actually, it probably shouldn't be too much of an issue. I could probably even just do this the simplest way possible. We'll do this right now. I have a very simplistic idea. Um, for this, we should just need one hopper, and we'll need one shelf. So our color here is white, and we've used pale oak, so we're gonna go grab some pale oak shelves. I don't even know if I've made pale oak shelves. An extra, yeah, I have. I have two extras, so we got one set up here, and I'll grab the shulker, and that might be all we need. Because I think if I do an outside layer of the wall, like I intended to, having it right here, here is fine. We will just place that back. So if I place the shelf right there, we should be able to come out here and place a hopper. And then what you can do, block that out, and then when you take this, you can't open it, but it will always always put the things there. So it should fill those up automatically, and when it empties out, let's just do it like that. And then if I do it like that, I should be able to open it. You should be able to see the stock, and it'll automatically fill 3 stacks into that. So I should be able to walk through, grab some rockets, and go, which will be great. And this will eventually be like green, because I was going to have some green stripes go up the building and kind of flange out some of the decoration, and then have another layer of accent strips. This is going to be like a triple layered wall almost, or at least a double layered wall in most areas. So this right here is going to be a temporary block, and this right here can just be covered for now. It'll also be a different block. It'll look a little weird for now, but we'll get to the exterior at a later time, and it'll look a lot better. For now, we have a functional rocket dispenser, and I got rid of one of the shulkers on my floor. All of these shulkers are all empty extra shulkers for me to use for whatever projects I need for now, and this is what we're doing today. So I'm going to gather some more materials, because we need some glass and some grass and some different types of fancy things like flowers to put in there, and I think I'm going to get me a torch flower grown, because I haven't actually grown any of the torch flowers. I've just gotten a seed, so I'm going to get me a few extra seeds. I'm going to get some of these things grown up, get one for the bee farm that's automated, and we're going to get to the automated one first, and then we'll get to a greenhouse where we can do all the crops and we can breed up bees for more future automations. But this should be enough just to get us going with honeycomb just for now. I apparently also very hungry, so we're going to get all the things, and I'll be back with you in a second. So we're going to take a trip back to spawn and to the shopping district, which I have heard on Discord is for the most part done. Alfred's doing good. How you doing, buddy? All of the animals are chilling, doing their thing. We haven't gotten any green concrete yet, but I need glass too, so we might check our concrete order and see if he's even picked it up. If our diamonds are still there, then we will just place the blocks where the shulkers go and take the shulkers maybe. Or take the shulker there that is on display. Just because I kind of need that, and I was kind of counting on it every week when it shows up. He's had a good time, but I only play like once a week, so yeah. Here we're gonna head back to spawn, and we're gonna check out the shopping district. Might also make sure that there's that allay breeder there, because I kind of want those allays to collect the pitcher plants and stuff from the sniffers for me. Rather disappointing news. There's no allays here ready for breeding, so I'd have to, I think, acquire them before I could actually breed them. So it's going to be a process before we can get that going. We do have ourselves at spawn though. Need to still go collect more resources. We have 6 diamonds, and we're going to go buy some glass. This is the shopping district here, which is looking fantastic. This looks amazing. They've put in so much work. They're doing great things here. I hope my server gets to be like this one day. This is awesome. Oh, there's more shops up here. Is that a flower? Oh, it is. Oh, this is beautiful. Okay. Well, that's gorgeous. It just continues up this mountain here. Oh, I'm gonna smack her face. How far does it go back over here? I'm just kind of curious. It's like that's the last building to be made. And they'll probably do some tidy work and some decorating and some terraforming. But I don't see any other grid patterns. I think they're about done with the district. That's beautiful. It looks absolutely phenomenal. Like all the buildings flow. This is a perfect little city. Like an actual proper little. We're just gonna free cam for a minute. It's the birthday cake for the server. I love it. They have plenty of room for expanding too. If the server gets too big and they need more room, that's great. And they had a vote to see what gets worked on next. So we'll see whatever area in the server gets brought to life next. That would be exciting. This looks so good, I can only imagine what the next thing will look like. They even had some stuff for like the Nether Hub ideas and stuff, so we'll see what happens. I need to check my shop also. We haven't been here for a week, so we might have done something. Who knows? I don't think we will. We did not, which is fine. Really doing the whole marketing thing too great yet. We're still in a stall, so as we get more bonus materials and too much inventory of certain things that I don't need, I will also be putting them on sale. A random person. Okay, making my way to the glass shop. We've spent half of our diamonds. 3 stacks should be enough to get us started. We're actually only going to do part of the greenhouse today to get started. So we should have plenty there to get started and also make our little bee collector at the same time. We're not going to do the whole greenhouse. It's going to be another thing. What is down here? We have an underground now? I have... What? Just look at the block? Okay. Interesting. Well, that's nifty. That's the darkest alleyway I never want to go down ever again. Unless I have to buy something. That is terrifying. This place is awesome to walk through. Just as fun to walk on foot as it is to fly through. What is this? Cheery new banners. Okay, well, there goes the rest of my... Do we want a banner? I kind of do, but I kind of don't. I need to save my diamonds for the resources I actually need. We will be mining and coming back here just for all those banners. I need all of them. I don't have enough diamonds for all of them, but I need all of them. we are going to check out some maps, because something I was curious about in the changelogs for 26.1 is the shading of maps, because colors are being generated different. So I want to take note and make part of my video notice the details and the shades and the textures of these maps in here, because these are beautiful. And absolute props to all of the artwork done here. Like, Winnie's great, absolutely by far a genius for being able to do this kind of stuff. I love all of these. But once the server updates, we can come back here and I can compare it to the video footage, actually, to see how the difference in the maps look. And like all the textures and all the shades, this is actually one of the better shading things to kind of take note of. See, that looks fantastic. I ought to get some Easter Bunny stuff for the spring Easter stuff happening. Decorate our house a bit, maybe. Get the Easter Bunny by Winnie. You know what? I do have enough diamonds for that. 1 diamond per 16 block. I can make a diamond. I'm pretty sure. Hold on. Can we make enough money to buy our map real quick? Let me set up a whole workshop inside this store. Look at that. We have 2 extras. There's my diamond. And now we have an Easter bunny. I still have my 3 diamonds, which works out perfect, because I'm trying to save those for the important things. Not that the map isn't important, just I need to build a house, is what we're going for. We're gonna collect our stuff. Like, we never set up a whole workshop here in the slightest, and I get to put that in an item frame later. But these look great. I think I have another one outside in a booth that I bought. It's in my house. There's like several in my spawn house that we can go look at when we get back, which is where I'm on my way. So I will meet you guys when I get back to the place we live in. Sometimes it's my starter house. I can't call it a house. It's mostly abandoned. Alfred just lives there. It's Alfred's house now. Okay, we're back home. We're gonna put up a few decorations, and at the same time, I want to test something. So we will see if it works in just a few minutes. We only need one of these. I only need one. So where do we want to put this map? I have a bunch of stuff over here. Let's go over towards the enchanting area. No, I like it next to this heart base, I think. Let's go... Let's go here. Break up the monotony of the heads, because we also have a new head. We killed a skeletal horse on our island and got its head. That's funky. That looks funky. Okay, but we have an Easter decoration now, and we can take note of that map right there for our base and know what it looks like. We got the polar bear over here. Have fun, be safe, watch out for bears, is what I always like to say. We're also going to take note of these banners, because I didn't even think about this. But maps were my first idea about the color change update, but banners might also look different, banner designs. So, you know, we'll just pay attention there. We should possibly end up back at our starter base in the spawn town in just a few minutes, if everything goes according to plan. I'm not really sure. We're just kind of playing around with redstone on the side, and it's not super important. We're going to take the glass, and we're going to get some of this set up and ready to go. We got 3 stacks of regular glass, which should get us going plenty well. We got everything to start a bee farm and the greenhouse going here. I'm going to get the rest of my materials together here, which is really just me grabbing a couple extra things in deep slate and turning them into... Forgetting where my stone cutter is, it's right next to me. Turn them into polished deep slate. We want that nice smooth look. So, that. Oh my god, that is so loud. So loud. It's my own contraption. It's just gonna get worse. I'm gonna hear Bumblebee buzzing all the time. So the polished deep slate is gonna go kind of in the corners here. Should only be about that big, right? Yeah, I want to say. Maybe a little bigger. We'll have to go one out. Pretty sure. I don't entirely remember. We gotta grab our redstone out of our box. We gotta go back to the ticking. I don't even know if I have all the redstone things for it yet. I said we was putting together materials. I put together some materials. That's about it. I didn't put together all the materials. I could have put together a few more specifics. I can still do that. We're gonna end up back at spawn any second now, possibly. Not entirely sure. If it works, then we will, and I will take a second to show off the contraption there, and then I will put together the rest of the materials and get back to business at hand. But hopefully we only get to have the need for a barrel. I'm gonna hope. I want like a centralized collection container, and then that's gonna feed into barrel. And then grab the grass. Grass block will go right here. I still gotta grow. Oh, that looks disgusting. Maybe I should use moss. It's just not green enough. Like, I don't know. Maybe moss will look the same. Let's grab this and get rid of the grass seed. It's supposed to look green. That looks better. Yes, that's green. Okay, so moss. I need torch flower. The torch flower should be the thing I have to grow, which is fine. Throw those down. I should throw a layer of glass down so you can see the bees as you're doing the thing. But the beehive will go right here, basically, just to hold the bees with the flower. I'm gonna get the flower first. This is not working. I guess I gotta go back to spawn and see what happened, because it is way past the timer as it is. Should just be right here in the storage room. This right here is our contraption. It's still playing. That's fascinating. I can't hear it though, because the chunk's deloaded and reloaded. So, since it's still playing, let's just go this way. I thought the ender pearl kept the chunk loaded, though. Ah. It's portal. My ender pearl also fizzles. Interesting. So I use this system on my server to get around some places in a notice. It's really a music disc timer. Every music disc has a certain amount of time in the game, and they basically, as long as you keep track of the time, allow you to create a simple, very, very simple, compact redstone timer for your trapdoor, for your stasis pearl. Which on my server I bounce around all the time. I just have like default settings though with like some data packs. I don't have anything too crazy going on. But yeah, you should have the redstone timer. When the disc stops, it should trap the trapdoor down and teleport you back. And it does. I use it for clearing out ancient cities, going and checking on my shop, and various other things. I've given myself timers for just collecting like resources in the end, whether it be like obsidian or endstone or chorus fruit or whatever, and then it pounces me right back from the end back into my storage room where I can put it all away and go move on to the next resource I need to collect that day. And I intended to set one up here, but it doesn't seem to be working. I'm not really sure why. That's okay. We will come back to that little side project later. The idea was to be able to have it work there and here, and I'd be able to have like one set up for whatever I needed to go do here, and then one set up at the spawn area so I can go and do whatever and then end up right back at my spawn house. Which is normally just go to the shopping district. That was all it was really going to be used for mostly. But we can hopefully test out one other redstone little contraption that is going to work, and that's this right here. We just got a perfect stack of rockets. I don't really need that many. We're actually going to, let's try this. So if I hold it like this, I think it, there. Haha! So it just upgrades to the stack. Obviously that middle shelf should have been full, but it hadn't had time to refill it. So that works beautifully. At least one of my contraptions is working. Hopefully this will work too. I'm gonna get the torch flowers and everything else I need for it squared away. You have the general idea what we're doing. We're just gonna have a observer observe the thing and have some shears, and it's gonna make some honeycomb appear right there, and we're gonna have some great new blocks to play with right while we're just hanging out in our house. I could fall asleep if I wanted to and just make honeycomb blocks. It'll be a great time, and it's a great color palette to add to our modern design here. Adds like a tile texture, so I could use it for flooring and all kinds of stuff. So I will be back. We will get everything together, and we will get this going shortly.
Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo. Set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 So life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flies, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up.
I've picked a few already, but as you saw, we built a section of our greenhouse here. This is going to be originally, or supposedly, for our wheat and our beetroots, because if you grow, and you didn't know, if you grow two crops together side by side, intertwined, they grow a little bit faster. So if you are manually harvesting farms, it is good to mix at least two of your crops into the same field. And this is a perfect 9x9, filtrated by one water source in the middle, and for now we are using them for all of our extra torch flowers. I'm getting just a few of these to have for the bee projects that I want to do in the next little bit. So we are going to get these together, plus they will go into decoration for the rest of the greenhouse, because this is only a section of it. It's going to kind of have this little outreach here and then go over there in like an L shape with a long tunnel type design, and then have a couple other little extended pieces over there and kind of have a U that it goes around to. And then I want a section in the middle up front outside the greenhouse itself for some other stuff. But hopefully it should have enough space for all the crop farms. Melons, pumpkins, sugar cane will have its own thing, I do believe, because it'll be part of the rocket factory. So I'm going to try to build a sugarcane farm connected to a mob farm, but it'll be probably just a little bit past the village out towards the water, because I want the higher spawn rates for the creeper farm. So we're going to let these grow up. I'm going to get all the extra torch flowers I can get from them. However, I do have everything else while these guys were growing, groundwork laid for being able to set up the bee farm the rest of the way. We have even kind of finished some of the stuff off camera for where to place everything. So I got some of the shell built. I just need to place in this torch flower, the beehive itself, cap it off, and wire the top. But we have our observer. I need to craft up like 9 sets of shears to go in here, which I don't even know if I have the iron for, but we will see. I'm pretty sure I do. We should. If we don't, I will be concerned. This should be plenty of iron for 9 sets of shears. Yeah. We'll just turn 4 of it and see. There's our 9 sets of shears. So we can go ahead and get these loaded up real quick. So that's all ready. And then once we place the beehive, we got to be quick. I kind of want to wait until nighttime to do it, because the bees won't even try to come out then. And then I can cap it off and don't have to worry about them getting out and just escaping into the house here. But we will be taking this beehive here, and we'll be taking some of this to cap it off with right here. And then I will get it wired up, and I'm going to wait until nighttime to do it, which isn't too far away, but we're going to wait until the clock shows that they don't come out of the beehive, and I'll be right back. And just like that, we have a functional little bee farm. I got the beehive in there, capped it off. I went ahead through the 2 pieces of redstone up there that I needed. And we've used a button for now to just manually get the first set of honey that we had, because it was full up already. The sensor ain't going to work, I don't think, unless it was cleared out. So these 3 guys are chilling, and they are already actually producing honey. We got 3 from the first time that I pressed the button, and then like they popped in and out like so fast before I could get the recording stuff ready to even make more honey. So these guys are going to be productive, all bee puns intended. We are well on our way to having a ton of extra honeycomb that we don't have to buy. Our own personal distributor, and who knows, if we get too much honey, maybe we can sell it in our shop and be a productive member of society selling something semi-useful. I think there's probably already people selling honey. I don't know what people don't sell. I'm not trying to take anybody's business, but I will be selling the stuff that I have too much of. That is for sure the plan for all the extras. This stuff in here is going to be extra tidbits for our greenhouse, which is going to be one of our next big projects around the area. Our greenhouse is already started. We got the rest of our torch flowers to harvest, and we can do that real quick, real simple, real easy. And then we get the wheat and beetroots that we mean to be growing here, and we can start producing our own foods and being self-sufficient members of society. instead of relying on everybody's shop all the time. I'm sure they appreciate my diamonds, but yeah, I'm doing nothing to take care of myself in this world. I'm just building and doing random things with no rhyme or reason, which is, I guess, how all great maps are made. That's almost all the torch flowers we had going, so that's good. Got a few left to grow. We are getting a decent stock there. This guy over here, we did spawn another egg before we planted all the torch flower seeds. So this guy here should be, yay, look at him, he's adorable. What did I get? A pitcher pot. Awesome. So now we have 4. And that is sufficiently about all this area can handle, is about 4. Which is fine. We only need 4. They produce quite a bit. The real thing that we do need to make this a more functional thing is allays. I need 2 of them, one for pitcher pods, one for these torch flower seeds right here, which they seem to be very interested in. Might want to make some more eggs to have on hand, just have as backups and extras, and I'll probably do that off camera in my own time here and there. I wish they could be placed without hatching, because it doesn't matter what you place it on, they hatch. It's not like turtle egg that you can use it as decoration. I wish you could, because that would be a great little Easter egg for Easter coming up. However, those guys will eventually get their glass dome roof, and the allays will be brought to them as time comes. For now, I think I'm done with that project of them guys there. Really just wanted them to be out and about and starting to produce stuff. I will collect stuff from them from the time being every so often. I'm going to get some of this stuff put away, and I'm going to get some of the stuff together to work on the greenhouse next. We're not going to do that in this episode together, but I do want to show you guys kind of the block palette I'm going for with the greenhouse, just to see how it ties into the area, because as you can see, this is a very white room, and we just use deep slate to make this little pod here. And that's more or less all it is it's just a pod. This is probably like the shortest, simplest thing, and it does fire from time to time without needing to fire, and that's fine. It doesn't really waste any durability because it's not actually using any of the durability, and it always ensures that it never misses that way. So we will hopefully just get a decent bit of stuff from the first pod. We're going to be making little pod type farms for a lot of different stuff, like all the different flowers, all the different nether mushrooms. There's some more right there, see? Already. Doing great, guys. Doing great. I didn't name them, and I hope that's not a problem, because I don't really intend to ever open this back up. They just are going to have to chill in there without name tags and never despawn. Okay, I've got together most of everything we should need at least to get an idea. We are going to be converting, and I've already started the rest of our crops over to that. I'm going to be decorating with decorative plants around the greenhouse for effect of pitcher plants and torch flowers for the bees. Moss blocks are going to decorate the area, but we are going to have a semi sort of industrial natural vibes. So while I have this border that you've already seen laid, we are going to have pathways of pale oak to go with it to kind of keep our modernized black and white look. And I'm going to be throwing in just a tinge of copper. It's all going to be in this waxed, unoxidized version. That way it's got that orangey kind of metallic look to it. And the entire farm should get lit up with these sideways end rods like so. I'm hoping that having the end rod bars like this will make the greenhouse look like it's being fertilized even with the particle effect. So I think it'll keep it well lit enough, because it's keeping this well lit enough, as well as keeping our modern look going and give me a nice particle in the fields of all of my plants. We have actually gotten all those pitcher plants by using a bunch of bone meal, but I want to save most of the bone meal. So we're actually still growing some pitcher plants to start working on the greenhouse. And it is dark out here. Look at that. It's always dark out here. Every time I come outside, sleep or fight something. Okay. But I have started converting all of the area to beetroots and wheat for this field, and eventually it will 100% be beetroots and wheats. Get out of here, guy. Get out of here. This land is my land, not your land. I guess I haven't lit up everything yet. We need to do that for a safe work environment to be had. Just having fun sniping things at this point. This bow is pretty good. Okay, I'm out. They're coming from all angles. Zombies just come from everywhere. They're the most prominent mob ever. Guess I'm out of arrows. I guess my fun is done here. I have no reason to shoot any of them. I didn't want any other drops. I don't really care. Alright, he destroyed my door. What a guy. What a guy. I gotta stop him. You piece of shit. Give me that. Stop it. Got a potato. Got a potato. That's cool as shit. Okay. Well, we got the idea. We're going to be implementing it over there. I got to gather some more materials for it. We need some more copper for sure. The bee farm has already come in handy because, as you can see, I got that door waxed already straight out the gate as soon as I crafted it. So we have used 3 of the wax already from it, but it's already produced like 12 in just a short amount of time. We're going to be making quite a bit of a fuss with the chisel deep slate, the oak planks. We're going to be throwing tons of glass in there too. I might use some of the stained stuff. I'm not too sure. If we do, it'll probably be this nice green here and some of the blue. I'm pretty sure we're just going to stick to this here. And I'm going to be throwing in some automated little things too, so we might actually have a bigger version of this upstairs in that greenhouse just to collect more honeycomb in larger amounts. Depending on how fast this thing works, we're going to be testing it a little bit, see how much we get over time, and depending on how much I need and how much I get, depends on what we do. I know I will be making another little pod for honey bottles, that way we get honey blocks too, and we might even have it auto crafted into honey blocks, who knows. That's for future me to decide. For now, I'm going to get cleaned up, and I hope you guys had fun making this little bee farm with me. I hope you guys learned something. I hope you guys look forward to seeing what we do next, because I'm looking forward to our next project. It's coming together nicely around here. So I will see you guys in the next video. Have fun, be safe, watch out for bears.